Hello, and welcome to another episode of
Data Party!
Initially, I was going to record a super fun and serious episode about workflows versus agents. But then I went on vacation and discovered the most exciting AI tool on the market I had never heard about, Google Flow Music. Google Flow Music makes music, and it's really great, especially when you one-shot it. Editing may be another question. In any case, after a week of holiday, I put together an incredibly cool rep that you can ask all my friends about that they really liked. Short snippet here. And then I thought, what would be really great for this next episode of Data Party is making a song. Let's start. Clearly, it's gonna be a bang. Okay, and so this is where we start. So it's interesting because here there's a lot of these starter kits. I tried to select this one for reasons I will show you soon. But other than that, I actually went in straight away to start making my music. Now, one of the things that I've really wanted was to create a little song that was kind of a riff off of a Bee Gees song for my app SlideMaker. And the words went a little bit like this. Everything you need in SlideMaker. If you are thinking, wow, that girl's a poet, I totally hear you. I was told the same thing as well. I did spend a weekend coming up with this excellent text. So what am I going to write? Create a song with these lyrics that sounds like the Bee Gees. Heartbreaker. Okay, let's see what it's going to do. We are back. Sorry for interrupting in the key moment, but I thought it was very important that you would see my face whilst we do the recording. Okay, so where are we? We entered in our lyrics, and then we actually have two tracks that were created from it. So one of I must say I don't think either of these actually sound very close to what I initially wanted. But what's nice is that I just gave it these 4 lines and now it produced a whole two songs. One of the things I immediately noticed is that it actually rewrites the text that I gave to it, which I did not want it to do. So actually quite cool because this time around they kept all the words. I think that because I only gave it a short piece of text, it actually preserved it, because in the previous session, as you can see from all of these open windows, it actually overwrote them entirely. But okay, cool. Now we have those two. I don't actually like either of these songs. I think that they're not good and they are not close to what I had wanted. So let's ask to change it and let's move this bar here. So I will note that, of course, what's really great about it is that it says it can't copy an artist's style. So that's really great. Good news for the world of copyright. So I'm going to prompt it, though, to go further in that direction, and let's see what it does. Lastly, I don't actually need this whole verse. I only need the chorus. Okay, let's see if we've got more 70s. Oh, no.
Suddenly everything I ever wanted, all in a slide, made by all in a slide, thanks to you. All in a slide.
So this is kind of where, sorry about that, where flow music starts to get where it stops working, because we kind of said that we wanted a disco piece and then it went for a full ballad. The other thing is we said that we only wanted the chorus and they again gave us the whole song. And of course, last but not least, one of the things I discovered whilst trying to edit the other piece is that it regenerates the whole song every time. And this is something that is actually hugely impractical and very frustrating and annoying. This is especially the case when you're trying to actually edit the song. In any case, the goal here is to really try and work towards getting the first decent track. And then once we have that, we're going to try and see how far we can use some of the edits to get to where we want it. There we go. That's what we were looking for.
Creation right there. If you wonder, I feel everything you need inside.
So interesting. I don't think neither of these are disco tracks, if I'm being honest with you. But this is getting better. Let's see if we could remix it. So, variation, let's try that. So, the idea, yeah, once you've kind of found something that kind of works well, and transparently, I actually don't like it at all. Ooh, interesting. That's interesting. So I guess that this is their flow of what they do. They have a lot of features that look like they should be doing a lot, but in reality, when you actually try and use them, I wouldn't say that they use so much. I tried to use replace a lot in a previous section and it did not work. But let's see what happens when we use variation. Again, problem being that they are regenerating the whole thing, and even though I told it to just do the chorus, it is just focusing on the whole song, which is lovely for us, but it takes some time. So let's do this one up again.
Everything you need inside my suddenly everything I ever wanted, all in a slide, made by AI.
Okay. I actually think that we are getting somewhere. Now I want to just focus on improving that. So how do I actually do it? Okay, remix. So this is supposed to be where I go to the replace section. So it tells you that you're supposed to be able to describe all the lyrics and do that. So, let's try and do that. Whoops. Whoa, how did that happen? Recording.
All in a slide.
So back to this, remix and then replace. This is what we want to do. And then let's see if it's actually going to do that. Edit lyrics. Now what we said. We'll get rid of all of that. Oh no. No, that was a bit too things. So look. So let's see if we'll run that. Done. See, so I click on done. And let's see if it actually works. Because every time I ask show diff, it doesn't actually do that. But okay, I'm going to try this. I'm going to say delete everything apart from the chorus. Let's see if that works. See what that is, and let's see if that works. And so we're creating that, and then we'll see if this works. Something went wrong. You see, this is it does not like that. And still not disco enough. It's so frustrating. And see, this is where all the problems start. Last time it did a much better job of getting the music right, which makes me think that maybe they have more music of the style that I was using than this. Okay, so what it will do again is likely re-record the whole thing. What it allegedly does is that it's supposed to use the previous track, especially kind of when you're in those editing points, so that it makes sure that you could like extend it with new lyrics. I would say that for the moment, I have not managed to get that to work consistently, and I have not managed to make it work with that timeline. If anyone has any tips on that, I would love to hear about it. In any case, this is taking a fairly long time, so I'm hoping that we'll actually be able to just focus on getting the chorus, and that will get it to sound more like disco. Better. And I did not do it wrong. Just doing that.
Suddenly, everything I ever wanted, all in a slide, made by AI.
Cool. Finally, something more disco-y. Then we can do the one cool thing, which is splitting stems. And this is really cool. And it's cool for two reasons. One is it allows you to actually adjust the song in between. But more importantly, when you go to songs, it actually has each of those stems as individual parts, which allows you to do the download to GarageBand. And in GarageBand, rather than playing around with this, you actually then get to put on the tracks, layer them in, and really create a good song. So my overall recommendation is use this Google Flow Music as the thing to create the vocals, perhaps create the drums, and perhaps create some form of melody. But to be honest, probably predominantly vocals. Then download it, put it into GarageBand, and actually make an excellent track. So, will Google Flow replace producers? It's clear from the video that at the moment, no. It can't actually do any editing of the song. My recommendation would be to use Google Flow to generate the vocals or the beat. That's where it's really strong. Moreover, you can use OpenAI and Claude to create a prompt with things like BPM specified. I got the best results when I created a really detailed prompt in OpenAI that I just copy-pasted into Google Flow. Remember, don't shoot for perfection, shoot for best attempt. We are one-shotting this. We are not going to be able to edit this track in the thing, so you're just trying to find the beat that best matches what you wanted. Then get the stems and put it into GarageBand, and that's where you can make your edits. I like this episode because in many ways it reminds us that even though AI can do lots of great things, there's still a lot of tasks that it isn't good at, and editing is one of them. I don't think it just applies to music. Slide creation, same thing. A lot of the times the LLM will say, I did it, I got it right, and then reproduce a completely different graph that doesn't look like what you said. I'm curious why Google insists on regenerating the whole track. You would think that once it's generated a good track, then editing a sequence based on the previous sequence is simpler than regenerating the whole track. I wonder if there's a product opportunity there. Until next time.